Hello, everyone. Hello, Sana. How are you?
I am doing good now that it's Friday.
Yeah,
So ready for the weekend.
I get so confused as what day it is all the time. Emily just texted me they're having issues accepting the link.
Oh no. Technology, I tell you. That's what I had issues with actually when I pulled up the laptop, of course, homeschooling, everything went completely fine with that. But here I loaded up to join the live stream and it has to go through an update.
Oh, geez.
But
That's the,
thankfully I was able to make it on time.
that's the worst thing about laptops.
Yeah. Yeah, always want an update.
They're last minute folks. So anyway, I told them what they asked me what email I send it to. It's all done. And Dustin is here. Jeff is here. Let me go back. Dustin was first. Yes,
Yeah,
you were.
he claims that first title all the time. I love it.
Working on content stuff. Well, good. And I asked Lee to pick up Chandra, who had a flat tire today, a popped tire.
Yes, we were talking about that earlier when we saw your comment. Sorry about that, but glad she's okay.
Yes, I didn't see the comment earlier. I just saw it now. There's not a big pothole, but she hit it with precision of a master. Of course,
That's
I
what
hit a
counts.
curve several years ago when we went to New Hampshire to visit the grandkids.
Yeah.
I hit a curve. We were going to watch our grandson's baseball game. And when I backed out, this curbing
Oh
was
no.
was so high up
Oh
and
my
so
gosh.
sharp, it instantly destroyed my
Oh
tire.
gosh. Oh
It
my
was
goodness.
crazy. There's Jeff.
Hey,
I'm gonna go
Jeff.
through these quickly while we're waiting. Yeah, Dustin says hashtag more James and more Emily. Hello.
Yes.
And I agree. Hashtag Pokey. And Lynn is here. Cindy, Sana, RSK, and everyone. It will be great to see them 2 nights in a row. I couldn't make the live stream last night, but I watched the replay. Donna's here. Hello, Donna. Thank you for coming up. If whoever was on last week, I am so sorry I had to bail early, but I was so sick. It was horrible.
No, we appreciate that you hung out for that long.
It was starting to hurt me to talk, and I'm like, all right, I gotta go. I really gotta go.
Yeah, no, you really hung it out, and I just didn't want you to exert yourself too much because, of course, that definitely is no fun and could delay the healing.
But thankfully, it wasn't strep again.
Oh gosh, yes.
Can't find any emails. Are you kidding?
Tell them to search it in their email.
How much I'm on the live stream and I'll share the thing in the chat and they can click right on it. So anyway, Sherry's here.
Welcome,
Hello,
Sherry.
Sherry.
Hope your week
I've
has
been
went
still
well.
trying to catch up on all your videos. That doesn't mean we want less Cindy or Sana. Well, thank you, Dustin. Start raining. She could see. Hi, guys. I'm here. Hi, Deb. I like our middle child hit a giant pothole that was outlined in orange spray paint. Wow. Mine wasn't that bad when I did it. It was late, it was dark, and I went back up and it just clicked it. It just clicked it. I was like, I mean, it was so instantaneous too. We didn't get 3 feet out of the parking lot. I had to put that little stupid donut on the car. Thankfully, it has a spare because Deb's cars do not have spares. And that's weird to me.
Oh, that's interesting.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
We have had this discussion more times than not. Our
Yeah.
neighbor across the street just bought a brand new car. It definitely does have a spare.
Is that a particular make?
Debbie, what are yours? A Kia and a Hyundai, I believe. I don't think either one
I
of them
had a
have a
I
spare.
had a Hyundai. Actually, I had a Hyundai Tucson, and it had a spare.
Ouch. Did it bust, Sherry?
Ooh.
Was it bad?
Oh my goodness. Wow. That was a common thing, like up north, though, is people would back up into the fire hydrants because they would try to parallel park. That was a
Mm-hmm.
common up north thing.
That was crazy. I
Uh,
don't know what they're doing.
they're coming fashionably late, Cindy.
They're having trouble. They said they couldn't find the email that I just forwarded to them. I know Teslas do not come with spares or donuts. That's just dumb. Smaller cars I have
Huh.
looked at do not have spares. It's dumb. Our neighbor just got a Chevy Track 4 or something like that. There they are. You found it.
Yay!
What's that?
You found it.
I did.
Yay.
We had some
Success!
problems.
Where'd
Alright,
you
so
find it?
the email wouldn't come up. So then the messenger that you sent, the link in,
Yeah.
it wanted me to verify that
With all his Apple stuff.
Oh.
but it wasn't sending me the verification. It was like verify. So then I finally got it verified and it said logging in for like
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Felt like.
See, that's why you should have started 10 minutes earlier.
Well, see, we were taking a nap.
Well, that's not right. That's just
Oh,
not
I'm
right.
envious of that.
Yeah, there was this nap thing that happened.
Right. So what we've been talking about, Dustin's wife, Chandra, has a flat tire. A tire popped
Oh,
right after she left the house today. So he's got to leave to go pick her up shortly.
oh,
And then we got on the thing how Deb's cars do not have spare tires.
yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. Mine does not.
Some
That's
cars just
weird.
come with a can of Fix-It-Flat.
It's crazy because that doesn't always work. Ask Debbie. She
Well,
had
yeah.
some kind of something. She ran over something on the highway. It destroyed her tire. Destroyed it. Yeah, it
Oh,
was crazy.
this
Yeah.
is interesting.
Well, happy Friday, you two. I'm happy to
Yes,
see you.
happy
You
Friday.
too. Sorry
We've
I
been
wasn't
so
in the live
excited to
stream
have you
last
both
night.
on.
Sorry I missed the live stream, but I did catch the replay last night.
No, you're fine. You're completely fine. We had said before that if we don't have choir practice, then we'll just go live on Thursdays. So with Easter just happening, we had choir practice consecutively.
Okay, yeah.
Several days in a
that.
row.
Yeah. So how are you guys doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good.
Last week when I was
Yeah,
sick.
super happy it's Friday.
Yeah, no doubt.
So we got a little bit of a heads up about what's going on with you guys and your job, your new job, Emily, last night. For whoever did watch the live stream or the replay, but if anyone didn't, how's it going?
It's going better. Initially, I had a few meltdowns, but I think that was probably to be expected.
Mhm.
Kind of like, oh, did I make the wrong choice? You know, going from something where you know what you're doing to something that it's kind of the similar field, but still different ways of doing things. But the environment there is wonderful. So,
Well, I'll tell you, I went from running a retail store for 12 years and being let go by new owners to getting a job for a CPA, two totally different companies, two
yeah.
totally different businesses. And this woman was the nicest person outside of work.
Yeah. But was she
Inside
the
work,
nicest?
she was so very hardcore. You talk about meltdowns. I would go home and just blow it. I
Oh.
was so miserable because I mean, she would yell and like I was a child.
Oh,
Oh,
And I'm like,
wow.
oh, I ain't on this. I ain't on all that. I'm not dealing with that
No, that's really
stuff.
toxic. Wow.
It was crazy.
somebody
So yeah,
actually,
I totally get it.
yeah, somebody actually reached out to me today and was like, "Not everybody was that bad at your last job," because I made a comment about how being at a trucking company, you can just imagine the drivers and the
Mhm.
just the talk and the language and different things that goes along with that, being around a bunch of men and
Truck
truck
drivers, yep.
yeah.
Mhm.
And one of them actually reached out to me who apparently watched the live last night and said it wasn't all of us. So I'm sorry. I shouldn't have just put them all in that, but it was just to make a point at how
Yeah.
the entire environment going from that to a Christian owned company who just treat you like a human being and that your voice matters is a huge
Mhm.
difference.
It
So
definitely is.
yeah.
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 So Stacy's here.
Stacy, hi.
Oh, Dustin had said before. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Oh, the hashtag.
Hashtag more James and more Emily.
Aw. We're
I
trying.
agree. I agree.
We're
But I get
trying.
it too.
All right. So since neither of you guys watched us last night, and that's fine. So I had this thought that like wanting a pot pie. So I was thinking I could take the low carb. I want to take the low carb wraps, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Put it in a pan or
Uh-huh.
whatever, and then make a top, and then fill it with like.
You better record that.
I know, but I don't know what'll happen. So either way, if it fails or not, I think it'd
I
be
could
cool.
see that working out.
See,
Because like for the bottom, if for the bottom you might have to like cut it, like
Yeah.
you know, like the bottom crust would be.
Mhm.
And then yeah, I would
mean,
think it
There's
would
your
work.
thumbs up.
I would think it would work.
So if like I just want we have like lots of cans of
Yeah.
roast beef and cans of chicken and things like that. So I figure if you put like mixed vegetables,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and somehow need to make some sort of a little bit of a like a chicken gravy or something and make pot pies. That's what I want.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe it won't.
I wasn't live, but I did watch it last night. So I heard that. I'm waiting on the video. All right, we'll go back to Stacy's. Might have to take mom to ER, so may not get to stay long.
Oh,
She keeps swelling in the face.
Oh.
She doesn't want to go, and I'm trying to find a ride. She
Oh.
will.
Oh my
Wanted
gosh.
to
I
say
hope
hi.
it's nothing serious,
Aw.
Stacy. Wow.
Well, prayers for your mother for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, when we come off, I'm gonna definitely say a prayer for her.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
I saw Sana writing it down. That's what I have to do.
Yeah.
I was actually texting it to you because I don't have a pen and paper with me.
I was talking to Emily. This is totally off topic. Someone asked for prayers, and I told Emily that I prayed for somebody, and I was kind of joking. I was like, it was in the bathroom, and I was like, but it's necessary because like, if
you don't, you forget.
If you don't, yes, you'll forget it. So it's like wherever you have to
Yeah.
stop and pray for someone, like
Mhm.
otherwise you will forget.
Yeah. It's true.
It's really true.
There you go, James.
Yeah.
I would not cut the tortilla and fill it. Put another wrap and fold it over
with an egg
and
wash.
hold
Egg wash.
an egg wash. There you go. You're getting some ideas. And Dustin says he has posted his failures.
Well, sometimes I think I'd rather watch somebody else's failure because then it makes you feel like they're human. They messed up.
Right.
But I will say
wanna
I've
look
done it
human?
with Fathead though, and it does work with Fathead though.
Does it? Okay. I don't know
Yeah.
anything about Fathead.
That has
Emily.
the almond flour and the cream cheese.
Emily does all the Fathead stuff.
And mozzarella.
You could either do almond flour and the
Yeah.
mozzarella cheese, or you
Yeah,
could
you
do
can do
coconut flour.
Coconut flour.
Yeah.
Almond flour is not good for me.
No, inflammatory. Yep.
And
And
you only
why-
want to use a third of the amount of coconut flour that you would almond flour.
Almond flour.
I thought it was
Yep.
a quarter of an
Okay,
ounce.
so
A third.
that was another discussion we had yesterday. It was
Yeah.
like
I was
yesterday she
making
asked me
keto chow
something,
cupcakes, is what it was.
and I'm like, well, I think it's a third. And then she looked it up and she's like, well, it's a quarter. I'm pretty sure it was a third.
I used
Everything
to
I've
order.
ever heard is about
It
a
worked.
third.
It did work.
I just Googled it. That's all. Like, but it worked. It worked I made strawberry keto chow cupcakes yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It
How were
worked.
they?
They were so good.
She also
Yeah.
made banana nut muffins.
I did.
Which I'm kind of interested in why, because thinking about this, because she made the cupcakes and the muffins. Now,
Yeah.
the cupcakes turned out really good, like everything is perfect, but the banana nut muffins, when you went to take the cupcake, because she put them in
It
cupcake
stuck.
wrappers, it was like
Oh.
half the muffin came off in the wrapper and was like the most stuck thing ever.
It was.
Like you needed to scrape it off the wrapper. Like it was just like it took half of it away. I guess that was low cal.
I guess so. Charlie, Darth Carnivore says, a wise man learns from his own mistakes. A wiser man learns from others' mistakes.
Right.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Isla's here. Double
Oh,
whammy.
Ah,
It's hookah.
Hi, Isla.
yes.
Isla.
How dare we?
Yeah.
Ever stop to think and forget to start again?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No
Like
doubt.
walking from one room to another and forgetting what the heck you were doing.
Right.
Yes.
Keto chow pumpkin roll, Emily.
That's good. That's not mine though, to be fair. That's Keto Chow's recipe for sure.
Did you record these cupcakes and muffins, Missy?
No.
She didn't.
No. I was okay. So I've been working at home Wednesday, Thursday, and today working from home. So I ended up burning bacon on the smoker because I was trying to make cupcakes and muffins, and I also had the chicken and stuff that I made yesterday, and bacon, and what else did I put on the smoker?
I don't know.
Bratwurst.
Bratwurst.
On the smoker, and
Yeah, putting stuff on the smoker is really good. You're like, well, you can't mess it up because it
You-
just, it's cooking at 225 or 250, so you got like hours window.
so I was walking away and I was making the cupcakes and the muffins, and I had the food on the smoker, but I was also I have my stuff set up down here, not right now, to work from home. So I was going up and down and outside trying to multitask, and I burnt the bacon, and
Black.
Rest in peace,
Yeah.
bacon.
it didn't work how I thought it should.
She burned it black.
I did.
I'll tell you who would probably eat it.
Derek,
Derek,
Brian.
he likes burnt black bacon.
He likes bacon. Don't matter.
that's what Derek said.
Oh,
He's like,
wow.
it's not trash.
Oh my gosh, wow.
Yeah.
It was like charcoal.
Yeah. It was bad. For sure. But
Does Terry answer Jeff about the going from one thing to another, forgetting to start again? Yes, Jeff, too many times to count, or maybe I just can't remember to count them.
right. Right.
Yeah.
Hi,
Because I can
Susie.
definitely vouch for the working from home. People think it's convenient, but the thing is, you can only step away for so long. So you try to set things and kind of feel like, it's gonna work out. You're hoping. Because you kind of figure, oh, I'm gonna try to gauge the time frame and everything. Yeah, but
Yeah. No, and this was a learning curve for me because initially Wednesday I called my boss. I'm like, all right, I have everything caught up and I don't know what to do. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm taking advantage of
Yeah.
you. And I don't want you to think that I'm taking advantage of anyone. He's like, Emily, you're not taking advantage of anyone. Nobody thinks that. Use this time to do laundry or dishes or something that you need to do. It's okay. And I'm like, I'm so new to this.
I know. Because I went from a very toxic environment and it had to take me finishing like my master's degree to get like my dream job, but still yet
Uh-huh.
my supervisor, she was like, oh, well, no, that's okay. And she was like, if you need to go like switch your laundry and put it from like the washer to the dryer. And I'm like, what?
I
I'm like, are
feel
you
like
kidding
that.
me?
Yeah.
And I couldn't, at my last job, I could not even get up to use the restroom unless I did it during my break.
Yeah, my last job, I mean, I could go to the bathroom when I wanted, but I was pretty confined to my workspace all day. So it's very, very different.
Mhm.
I mean, like my new boss will take time, like he was talking about, maybe we should do a devotional in the mornings before we start our day. And I'm like, I love
Oh
that.
my gosh,
Like,
wow.
I need to not have my meltdowns when I think about things like that
Yeah.
how he is,
Mhm.
because I just know overall, like, it'll
Yeah.
be good.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. I mean, I cried when I tell you, like when I had my first just like refreshing week, just feeling like the change of like what was and now what is.
yeah.
I cried. I cried like a baby, and I'm like thinking to myself, like, I'm crying about like a job, like
Yeah.
because then you think, any job sees you as replaceable. You don't want to take any job too personal.
Right.
But then again, to have like that sense of appreciation and not to feel like you're just a number, it was huge for me too.
Yeah. Here's
So I'm happy you
Arden.
took that leap of faith.
It's,
There's
yeah, it's
Arden
so
saying
hard.
hi to all of
Thank
us.
you. Hi, Uncle
Yeah.
Big Guy.
Hi, Arden.
And Eric saying hi.
Hello. Hello.
So what's on your all's agenda? I know Keto Palooza,
Yes.
Indie meetup before that,
Yep.
Yep.
May 18th.
Yep.
You got it written down?
Nope.
She does. No. You said it- I thought it was yesterday. I thought you said you added it to your
My
calendar.
calendar's right over there. I didn't write it down.
I
but yes,
asked because she
we
said
will
she
be
was
there.
going to write it down.
I know.
Don't forget.
I
What is
know.
our plan tomorrow?
We actually have 0 plans tomorrow.
Brazilian
Which-
Steakhouse in Columbus. Got it.
He always says that, and we never do it. I'm putting.
Here, I thought it was going to be a trip to Richmond.
Oh,
I actually have two pork shoulders in the refrigerator to put on the smoker tonight
Yeah,
for tomorrow.
they're going on the smoker tonight.
And then my nephew is he said he was coming over this weekend.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's it. That's
All
all I
right.
got.
All right. So check this out. So I was kind of worried about the pork shoulder because it's a giant one from Costco, which
Yeah.
means it's actually two
Two.
pork shoulders, right?
Right.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, well, I was starting to worry, like, I'm kind of tired of wasting food. Like, so we'll eat pork shoulder, but it's hard to eat like 10 pounds of
Yeah.
pork shoulder. It sounds good.
Yeah,
Right.
that's a
But
lot.
anyway, I had a buddy who last weekend he made pork shoulder and he made 6 of them. And I'm like, what are you catering a wedding or something? And he's like, no. And then he sent me a picture after where he vacuum sealed everything flat.
Mhm.
And like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Vacuum sealed all the, and like
Mhm.
individual, like 1 pound
Packages.
things
Yeah,
that's left.
yeah.
And then I was like, well, how do you
I have a picture of it.
reheat them? And
Mhm.
so he was like, well, ideally you just, boil the
The bag itself.
the vacuum sealed flats, you know what I mean? It's like totally
Oh.
flat. So it takes up no space in the freezer whatsoever. It just lays in flat and stacks.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, just like we do with ground beef.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just like that. And you could,
Yeah.
so whatever's left, I'm gonna make it into like individual, like I probably for us like 2 pound would be
Right.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The average person though making like sandwiches or whatever would probably make a pound and then have, everybody would eat
Pork
like
shoulder is just one of those things for us where we never
Mhm.
finish.
we never
the
finish
whole
it. And I'm
thing 'cause
tired of
it's
it
so
going
much.
bad. And if you're firing up the smoker for 18
Mhm.
hours, why not make as much as possible and just,
Yeah.
vacuum seal it out. That way you have it for quick and easy meals.
Yeah.
Stacy says the trip to Richmond and then down to Danville tomorrow.
For sure.
Is it down to Danville? Like, I don't know where that is in relation to
She's
you.
about an hour from us,
Okay.
Okay.
like southwest, I believe.
I would love to go drive and visit sauna.
I know. Come to Florida.
I know.
I wish, because when Dustin and then when they had came to Orlando, I wish the timeline had worked out. But it
Yes.
was so tricky. It's so tricky with
It is.
work.
It is. It's so hard.
But yeah, you guys need to come.
would love that. Love it.
One of
Florida.
these years, I'm gonna get down there.
One of these.
What part of Florida are you in?
It's called the Treasure Coast. So it's South Florida. So we're about 45 minutes north of West Palm Beach is like the best landmark I can give.
I was kind of thinking that maybe you were on the Gulf side, but I guess not.
No, no. Carnivore Kip, I wish I was because he's, at that like exact
Right.
Florida, Alabama line.
Yeah.
Now, just out of curiosity, like West Palm Beach, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wouldn't they have like if no one knew anything about Florida, they'd be like, oh, that's on the west side. Just saying.
He's
Yeah, because it's for me, I don't know like the
There's
history
nothing
of
east of
why.
it.
I don't know why they named it
Right.
West Palm Beach. I've never really thought.
There's nothing east of it.
So to hear yeah, I don't
No.
know. That would be interesting to know. I wonder if there's
Google
like
it.
some sort of history behind.
So you're really not far from Joe and Rachel.
No, I'm probably like an hour and a half. But funny enough, like we had spoke with Rachel backstage because I didn't want to kind of give too much information like on the live. But I am walking distance from the grandbaby.
Oh,
Ah,
So I told her, I was like, I said, I'm like a walking distance away from your grandbaby, and you got to take a whole hour and a half drive. That's how
aw,
close I am to them. Yeah, it was surreal to find that out.
that is crazy.
Lori's in Orlando.
Lori.
Yeah, 45
Very
minutes from
cool.
Kissimmee.
Very, very cool.
My family used to vacation at Daytona Beach. I
Nice.
very
Yeah,
rarely have
Daytona's
been to
nice.
Florida.
Oh,
Her
he works
brother,
at Disney. Depending on how long he
her
did work
brother,
at Disney, might have ran into him and not even knew it. Because we were pass holders before like pandemic days.
Yeah.
We were annual pass holders, and then pandemic just kind of threw everything for a loop.
Yeah.
So we
That would be
discontinued.
awesome.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Like we thought probably like we would get tired of it.
Yeah.
But because you have like the advantage of all the parks that they have. So it
Mhm.
really truly was like you did see something new every single time you went.
Yeah. Back
yeah,
in
Brian,
Go ahead.
go
sorry.
ahead, Emily.
No, I was gonna say back in 2005, I moved down to Florida in Kissimmee for like 5 months before I came back home. That's a whole long story in it of itself. But I was down there for 5 months, and during that 5 months, though, I had access to all the parks. So I would literally just go and like, let's go ride these rides, and then leave that park and go somewhere else. And it was really cool. So that was nice.
Hello, Connie. Now, Brian used to
Hello,
take his
Connie.
daughter like twice a year down to Disney from
Yeah.
New Hampshire. And man, you talk about
Wow.
a haul.
Oh,
and
yeah.
A lot of money spent.
Did he
Whew,
drive?
They used to, Brian hates to fly, so he would definitely drive.
Yeah.
And it would drive straight through. It's like
Yeah.
crazy. I'd fly anytime.
Yeah. I like driving, though. James does not.
I do not, and it's not that I mind driving there. If I just dread the drive back, like I don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm the same way. Like, especially if I don't have like a scenic route and it's just all highway I'm seeing. Yeah, I can only see so much highway and get fed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it at all. As a matter of fact, like even just driving down to like Tennessee, which is like 5 hours for us, like I'm thinking about I might want to get a room. Like
The same
my
way.
butt gets so
Oh,
sore
right.
and I just get so uncomfortable and it's like I'm in a cage and I want out. Let me out.
He gets car sickness or car sick too. So
I
Well,
think I'd make
we're about the
myself car
midway
sick.
point. James, we're about the midway point. You are welcome.
yeah.
I know. I go to Cindy's and I eat too much fudge.
Only if I don't have any in the house right now.
See, I've already been there.
Do what?
I've already been there.
We just bought 2 more bags of cashews when we went to Costco, though.
I like cashews.
Yes. Drove an RV through Jacksonville, Florida in October 2022. Holy cow, that's too much for this country boy. Stacy's brother has worked there since 2012. He used to drive monorail, but does something else there now.
Oh, very cool.
Late brother worked at Universal until he passed away in 2014.
Hmm.
Wow. A lot
You
of
know-
theme park.
Yeah, Dustin, I can't even get you to come down here. I love to drive long distances.
He's full of it, isn't he, Cindy?
Give me podcasts, audiobooks, I'm good. I'd be sleeping to that stuff.
Yeah, me too.
I would. I cannot do an audiobook. Nope. Podcast, nope.
He loves listening to talk radio and stuff in the car, and it puts me to sleep.
It
It
ma-
would have to be something really, really good.
Yeah.
And I haven't found much.
music puts me to sleep.
Well, Stacy, I don't know what you're waiting for making this fudge. It is so simple to make and so good to eat.
I haven't made it either. I must confess.
What is
I haven't
wrong
either,
with you,
Shona.
woman?
I haven't because I'll eat it, is why I won't make it.
I have to make something for our Tuesday bowling party, a dessert.
Yeah.
And,
Well-
because all the other teams, they're going to be bringing some kind of dessert that will definitely be not keto,
Yeah.
nothing that I will be able to eat. So if I want something, I'm going to bring it for our team.
Right. I get that. I
Mhm.
get it. You should make the strawberry cupcakes, the keto chow. They were really good. And I didn't even put icing. I didn't make any icing or anything. And they were still really good. So
Is it Keto Chow's recipe?
it is.
Those are the ones you just made?
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I gotta go get water.
My whole goal yesterday was I wanted a good muffin, and
Mhm.
for my birthday last month, an old employee, he had made the carrot cake cupcakes for me for my birthday, the keto chow carrot cake
Yeah.
cupcakes. And they didn't need icing. They were so good. So I thought, okay, I'm going to make a couple different recipes. I have some other ones printed out I want to try. But I wanted to try a couple of the different muffin and cupcake recipes that Keto Chow has on their website and just compare them. That's all.
Yeah.
See whichever was the easiest with the fewest amount of ingredients that also tasted the best, if that makes sense.
Debbie says she has listened to all of us in the car and stayed awake.
And yeah, that's a win, Dan. We didn't put you to sleep.
Well, thank you, Hyla.
Hyla.
Oh, she's such a sweetheart.
She
Yes, she is. I haven't been to Disney since the 1990s. I got to beat Sherry. I've been there since 1974 and have no desire to go
Oh
back.
my goodness. You both would be mind blown at the changes. Oh my
It
goodness.
wasn't impressed then. So, it was like,
So
that's
that was
just
your
not
your
for me.
last.
I love theme parks.
Me too.
see, I am way beyond all that. I don't. And I wasn't
Me
crazy. It was
too.
Yeah.
just the
And I don't even
regular
have to go on like
Disney
any
park.
rides or anything. I just love the experience.
Me too. Me too. I mean, I will ride rides, but I feel like as I've gotten older, I can't, like, if I ride like a roller coaster, I'm pretty much done for the day. The rest of the time I want to walk around.
Yeah.
It's just,
Stacy, don't beat yourself up. Things happen. She says, gonna
Oh,
be
let me
honest,
do
been
this.
struggling and have put back on 40 pounds. I'm very ashamed and really just want to hide from everyone. Love you all though, and heading off. Also, hi to Debbie.
oh,
Yeah, no,
Stacey.
Stacey, definitely be kind to yourself because we've all been there.
Yeah. I know things have been tough. They haven't had a car, and now her mom's not
Yes.
feeling well. And it's just been
Give
tough.
yourself grace.
Yes.
No, absolutely.
For sure.
Sorry, Dustin. There was no magic when I went. It rained the whole time we were there.
Right. I keep looking down because my new job, apparently I have a work phone now. So if somebody
Mhm.
calls the work phone, I still have to answer it after hours.
Oh, okay.
So that's the only reason I have it on silent, and I don't know if it's going to vibrate. So, yeah.
So Debbie can come down there. She loves Disney and Universal. She rides the coasters and some others.
I would do it.
There you
Yeah,
go.
Universal, I haven't been in a long time. But Disney, no, definitely Disney.
Exactly, Sherry.
Yeah, couldn't agree more,
We're
Sherry.
here for you. No judgment. Absolutely.
Done.
Go to Disney with them, Debbie.
Yeah.
Connie has a question. I've been in ketosis for a couple of weeks. Considering a CGM, do any of you have one?
Nope.
A quick answer. No.
Nope. I don't see the purpose.
I've thought about getting one, but
I mean,
Well,
other
I'll
than
tell you.
go
I'll
ahead.
tell you why I won't. And my husband is a type 1 diabetic.
Mhm.
He has to have one.
Mhm.
Oh,
Right.
yes.
It goes
Mhm.
along with his pump. And I've seen other type 1 diabetics having trouble getting them.
Yeah.
For that reason alone, knowing that my husband
Mhm.
has to have one, and there's people in this
Yeah.
world that have them that don't need them.
yeah,
It's taking away from the people that do need them.
right.
I will never get one. I have a Keto Mojo. If I want to check things, I did buy that a long time ago. I
Yeah.
use it on occasion, but mainly because of that. I mean, one day we sat here and listened to someone, and well, I was listening to him, and Brian was on his computer, and he heard this,
Mhm.
and he said, that is just so much BS, because if I need one and I can't get it, that's not
Mhm.
right. But all
I-
these people that don't have any need for them,
I didn't know there was a
getting them with
shortage.
no problem.
I didn't know there was
For a little bit there. Like I think more so like when that trend first started.
Mhm.
Because I could actually like vouch for this because I did work for like a mail order pharmaceutical company.
Okay.
And for a little bits there, we did have like a really big like back order, like backlog, because it was kind of when like the trend like really kind of set off, because then it was like
Right.
all over TikTok and not just YouTube. And so for a little bit there,
Yeah.
was, I want to say it was like a 5 to 6 month like wait.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it's a huge impact for someone that is a diabetic to tell somebody you got to wait 5 to 6 months. Like,
Yeah.
I can't wait 5 to 6 months.
Right.
Like, my life depends on this.
Right. And then knowing that, I
Yeah.
could see the frustration in them for
I
sure.
mean, even now, Brian has an allotted amount that he gets over a period of time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If his sensor dies, he can't get another one
Yeah.
until that time frame is up.
That's
That's
weird.
Yeah.
messed up. That's wrong. They
But I mean,
should be at least
Mhm.
sending one extra just in
Right.
case.
Yeah.
And they will not do it. And that's
Yeah.
insurance more than anything.
But I would
But yeah,
ask, like, what is your interest in getting one? Is what I would ask.
it's because other people have them to check
No,
to
because
see.
people have like their own reasoning behind it too. So like I don't want to assume that that's her reasoning because she sees others. Maybe she has like a reason, like maybe there's foods that she's thinking that might be stalling her, impacting her.
Right.
People have different reasons.
Yeah.
Oh, I
But
get that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I
Other
would
ways to
definitely
do it.
say not having a device, like I went through having to do what, the berries consider the N=1 experimenting to kind of see like what might irritate you, what might impact you. And I did it without any devices, and I was able to fairly like quickly tell if something irritated me
Yeah.
or like caused me inflammation. So I would say like it depends what point you are at in this journey. Like if you're able to really kind of be in tune with your body to know what's kind of irritating you and what doesn't. And it's unfortunate because sometimes it takes very much like an elimination way of eating and then kind of like slowly introducing stuff to see that. So I don't want to assume that because she's seeing, other videos and stuff, people using it, maybe she might have a personal reason for wanting to get it.
Yeah.
Oh no, but yeah, Connie.
No, I was
No.
just saying why
Yeah.
I would never get one,
Yeah.
because I've
Yeah.
heard way too much and I've seen it,
Mhm.
and it's.
Yeah.
But I mean, everybody's different. There are so
Yeah.
many people
No
out there
worries,
that do
Connie.
have them, and they're checking their
Yeah.
stuff. It's like
Yeah. Yeah, because
It's
there's many
definitely a
people.
personal thing.
Mhm. But that's the thing. There's many people that do get them, not because of like the craze that happens and stuff like that. They have their own personal reason, even
Yeah.
not being diabetics.
Yeah.
They just
But
feel it
don't
would be
feel
helpful for
bad.
their journey. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
don't
Connie,
feel
don't feel
bad if it's
upset for
something.
bringing it up because,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's so prevalent out there.
Right.
There's,
Right.
I would say 90% of the influencers out there are using them.
Yeah. And I think the manufacturers have got like the hint
Yeah.
to have their supply
Yeah.
at a certain point because this is something that happened, a couple years ago where there was that backlog.
Yeah. But I wouldn't worry about it, Connie. If you want
Bless
one,
you.
by all means, you should definitely do it. It's just a personal preference for each of us, and we
Mhm.
each are going to have our reasons why we get one or if
Exactly.
we don't get one.
Right.
Yeah,
Me personally,
absolutely.
I never got one because I started keto for weight loss, solely because of weight loss. I know
Yeah.
that I have other healings because of it. If you've heard my story at all, the biggest thing for me is I've always had issues with my ears and always having to have tubes in my ears. And I'm going almost 3 years now without having tubes in my ears, without having a single ear infection or anything. So I know that as long as I'm eating keto or low carb, that I've done fine. So I don't need to check my numbers because I wasn't a diabetic. I'm not a diabetic. So I can't speak for other diabetics. But I've tried adding whole foods and different things, but ultimately I know how I feel best and I don't need anything to test any numbers for me personally.
As I said, my Keto Mojo, I use rarely.
Yeah.
Like if I start not feeling right, then I'll definitely check my numbers and see where I'm at.
Yeah.
But there's a twofold reason for that for me too, because I also get hypoglycemic episodes. Rarely anymore, but so to have both of them to check ketones and glucose is perfect for me. Amanda's there, market will provide after they realize the demand is there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The whole supply and demand. Yup.
Yeah.
They just didn't know there was such a demand.
Yeah.
Dad
So-
usually wears a CGM,
okay,
but
so-
is not diabetic. He does shorts on how food affects him. How
So
does
I
he
never-
get a CGM?
Real quick, I
Yeah.
never had a desire for the Mojo or anything like that. I never had a desire to walk around like, pricking my finger or
The
whatnot.
ketone meter, right? Yeah.
The ketones, all that kind of whatever. I never
Right.
had that desire. I never wanted to pee on a stick. But for real, okay, so Connie, here, so you don't feel bad.
Yeah,
If-
please don't feel
If
bad.
they came,
No,
if
that
they
wasn't
came out
my
with
intention at all.
when they come out with an over the counter or CGM,
Mhm.
I really would probably try it just for like a one time. And then I would go in and be like, well, let's see what this does. And let's see, you know what I mean? And be
Right.
like, aha, I knew you were wrong. Like I knew you were a real
Yeah.
chip underneath the mask.
Like Scooby Doo.
Yes. Because I have there's products that you have suspicions about, you know what I mean? That really mess with you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. And you just never know. Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
But-
that's where my curiosity comes from. Like if she has a reasoning behind it.
As she says here, there was no real need for it. She was just asking, I guess,
Yeah. No.
because other people have them.
Oh gosh,
What's the
no,
purpose of it?
Connie.
No.
No. They're oh
No.
my goodness.
Hmm.
Yeah, because the thing is we all have to realize everyone's going to have their own way
Mhm.
of what data they're looking for.
Right.
Whether somebody feels like they want to go on the scale, whether someone feels like they want to have the keto meter, the CGM, everyone has their own data they want to be able to track and gauge and
Yeah.
it is what it is. I mean, that's their journey.
It really is. It really is. And some people are data people and some people are just like,
Yeah.
I go on my feelings on how I feel
Yeah.
and I don't use a scale. So
And a lot of us start with a lot of data, like, because I know when I first started keto, oh my goodness, did I track like nobody's business.
Yeah.
Tracked, had my food scale like readily available,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it got to be the point where I became way too obsessive with it, like way too obsessive. Like
So
even instead of like trusting like a tablespoon for
you
my
would
sauce
weigh
for
it
my sauces,
all?
I would use the scale to make sure it would come out to that many grams. And I'm like, oh
Right.
my gosh, I'm like, I have like lost my mind at this point.
So you say that, and we've had this discussion amongst ourselves where, when we started keto, it was, again, purely we want to lose weight, we want to shed the pounds, right?
Mhm.
But then as you move along your journey and you're recording it and you're showing everybody every step of this progress, it almost becomes, okay, you start with a food problem,
Right, 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 right.
we're now
Mhm.
overweight, we don't do anything, we don't have any friends, like, there's obvious food issues there. But then you go
Right.
to the opposite side of the spectrum where you're tracking everything, you're constantly talking about what you're eating, how
Yeah.
much weight you've lost, how much weight you didn't lose, you beat up yourself, and it's a whole nother issue with food, right?
It goes back to another
Exactly.
food problem.
Right.
Exactly. Another
So
addiction. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's
Mhm.
sometimes hard to find that medium, like in the
Mhm.
middle, perfect, like
Yeah.
cushion.
Yeah. To do it from like a healthy like
Yeah.
mentality, especially
Yes.
because the way I was doing it was definitely not with a healthy mentality because I was tracking the food, I was
Yeah.
tracking like my intermittent fasting, and it was just way too obsessive with like which
Yeah.
all the things like that
Yeah.
I put on myself as like that was like the bar and I could not go below that
Yep.
bar. And it's just you
And
just
then the
set the bar
pressure.
so high.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And like the pressure
Yeah.
when you're like sharing your journey with everyone, for me anyway,
Yeah.
I felt a sense of pressure, like I should constantly be losing weight, constant.
Mhm.
There's no reason and then I would beat up myself mentally if I
Mhm.
didn't. And
Yeah.
maybe I shouldn't be ashamed to say that, but that's just how it was.
No, don't
So,
be ashamed because look, it took me 4 years of
mhm,
doing keto and getting sick
mhm,
for me to have to kind of have like a fresh slate. And that's why I couldn't do triple B and E with any groups or with anybody. Like I had to do my own thing because I very much needed like a fresh slate to start off.
right.
Because that's really where my mentality was at.
Mhm.
Jackie!
This
Welcome,
this here
Jackie.
amazes me.
Yeah.
Been on this weird maintenance self-experiment where I'm eating like 5,000 plus calories every day in one
Uh-huh.
meal, hitting 80% fat ratio. Have not gained any weight, even lost slightly.
Hey,
Holy, that's a
you
Yeah.
lot.
feel good?
Yeah,
I
it
could. Ooh,
depends what he's eating for that 500, for
of
that
course, but
amount of
I could never,
calories.
That's a lot of bacon.
regardless of what it
Yeah,
is. I couldn't.
but
I couldn't
even
get
you
that much
figure
food
like
in.
80%, and he's saying 80% of that is fat.
Yeah.
So you can definitely tell that's a whole lot of meat.
Yeah.
And even like a lot of the health professionals within this community, that's
Mhm.
a huge thing. They say when it comes to your meat and stuff like that, don't worry about the calories because those calories, especially for fattier cuts of meat, oh, best believe they are adding up like a big time. Like
Yeah.
I'm
I will
sure I
tell
can
you,
find
there
like
are
a steak
some.
out there that's like 600 to 700 calories
Right.
just because of the fat content.
Yeah.
But
They can say all they want. The calories don't count. They
what
certainly do.
what cut of meat has 80% fat?
It depends on
I had
which
no
cuts
idea.
he's having.
I mean, I'm sorry, are we adding butter to things?
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. I don't get
Hi,
that.
Jackie.
I'm sorry, I don't get that mentality.
Hmm. Yeah. Fattier cuts of meat, the butter. There's like a whole lot of it. Like even in like the carnivore space, you'll be mind blown at like the thousands of calories
But like,
that some will consume. I could
Dustin
not,
said
like
he'd
my
feed
stomach
on
could
a
not
stick.
handle that.
but like even at like 73.27 ground beef, which is like the fattiest of the ground beef,
Yeah.
where do you get 80% fat? Like how does that work? Like for real? Because
That's
even
a
if I
lot.
drink all the grease and everything, I'm still at only 27% fat in my diet.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a
It's
lot.
adding a lot.
I know.
Uh-huh.
Charlie, explain. How are you getting 80% fat? What exactly are you eating?
It says he's eating beef fat
'Cause
trimming.
I'm
So he's
confused.
eating fat. I get
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
I mean, I can get that, I guess. I just never
Mhm.
understood, like, when we say, there's people who, like,
I can't do the fat trimming.
when you add, like, a stick of butter to your meal, like
Mhm.
an entire stick or
Yeah.
whatever. And
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I don't know.
What
Lynn,
impresses me is that it's being done in one meal. It's what impresses me because I could not do it in one meal. That would be a
No.
lot for me.
Lynn said she would track a stick of gum.
Like, okay, so
I don't feel so alone now, Lynn. Thank you.
Dustin says 80-20 ground beef is 80% fat to protein ratio.
I don't understand that stuff.
Because it doesn't show that on the label. Like it doesn't show that on the label. I mean, if it's gram for gram,
Mhm.
like it, when you read the nutrition of 80-20, it doesn't. I don't know.
Yeah, that you would have to break it down.
Yeah.
And Deb says Polish sausage is 80% fat. I didn't
Really?
know. I didn't know they were. I
Hmm.
didn't know that the sausage in Poland were fattier.
Connie, please don't scale your comments back. No one meant to upset you. You're definitely wanted in the chat, and anything and everything you have to say,
100%.
for sure.
Yes, Connie, no, absolutely. Because I was just curious of like why, because we all have our reasons.
Yeah.
Nobody should
Mhm.
feel like, any of their questions are ever being judged or like anything you do on
Right.
this journey. Because like I have my channel name for a reason because really truly you will not, no matter how many influencers or
Yeah.
whoever it is, however much they say how perfect they've been on this journey, best believe I've spoken to some of them outside of this forum and they are not perfect.
Nope.
Do they disclose that to you? Absolutely not.
Hey, I'm not
Absolutely
perfect
not.
either. I'm 100% not perfect.
All right, you guys, you ready for like
100% times 1,000.
you guys?
Let's let James speak because he's been having some good icebreakers tonight.
All right, so here goes the real discussion. So this might take a little bit long in the story. I'm sorry, but this is like these are
Go
like
for it.
okay. So what I'm about to say, this is going to be like the real struggle that I think people watch for and they try to figure out and they try to comprehend before they ever jump in.
Yeah.
So you get okay. So there's people who say, so my keto journey, like in the past couple months, has been really jacked up. To be honest with you, real jacked up because there's a while up until Christmas and stuff like that. It's like the weight keeps ticking up, just slowly ticking up. You know what I mean? And it's like, what am I doing? So then I had to start watching calories because you start to wonder. It's like, but I'm being perfectly keto. Why am I gaining weight? Right. So then you start realizing, you start like kind of tracking, you start realizing it's like, well, these little snacks here and there add up, or, I'm eating for some reason. I lost all kinds of, I lost all my weight eating 1,800 to 2,400 calories, but now I'm eating 1,800 to 2,400 calories. So I'm gaining weight little by little. And it's like, well, what do I need to do? Right. So then I had to start tracking just to know what was going on. So then it's like, so when you start tracking, you start to fall into, how do I know how much? Then you almost feel like you're under eating because now you're tracking and you're trying to figure out like, okay, am I really getting 300 calories out of this burger that I weighed out? And you're not unless you're drinking the grease. So like last night we were looking at, we made chicken wings. Was it last night or the night before? And it says for every 4 ounces of edible portions, that doesn't count the bone.
like he for real struggles so much mentally with that kind of stuff where I was like, James, just eat the wings. Just eat them. Eat however many you want. Just eat the chicken wings.
So what happens is when you start going in and you start to track, right?
Mhm.
You start to track calories because you figure you got to do something. Now your journey gets messed up because then you start opting towards the leaner meats that you know you're getting more of.
Yeah.
You know, the fattier meats kind of take a back shelf because I don't want 300 or 400 calories in one little thing when I can have a whole plate of chicken for the same amount. You know what I mean? Like you start getting hungry and you start doing things that you didn't do in the beginning. What I still have yet to figure out on the keto journey is how come I can get down to, you know, easily right at, you know, from 314 to 200 eating the same thing that now is for some reason I'm fighting to be at 224. I don't know. Like, where does that, you know, where does the, why does it do that? Why, you know, why does our bodies do the same, do different
Yeah.
things, eating the exact same way, or even eating less than you were?
It's
Oh, I
it's
get it.
so tricky. It's so tricky because then you kind of wonder like, is my body like even though like I feel like I'm not at maintenance, and you wonder, well, maybe my body's happy. Like maybe like I've healed enough and my
Yeah.
body's happy at this weight. But then
Right.
again, like we still personally ourselves, we feel like we're not done with our journey. Um, because we remember like these numbers that we were at some point in time in our life, and it felt good to us.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, there's nothing wrong with having like that target number when it comes to scale because, you know, we knew we had that experience of what it felt like. But
Yeah.
it's the strangest thing. Like even with me, pregnancy wise, I'm not gaining weight. All because of like what I'm eating. And I've even
Yeah.
added veg in because the OBs wanted for me to add carbs back in.
Yeah.
One wanted me to add processed carbs. One was okay for me adding just like keto veggies. So I
Yeah.
was like, obviously I'm gonna go with keto veggies.
Yeah.
But still, yeah, I'm not gaining. And they were like, well, they were like, we're gonna see, you know,
Yeah.
we're not gonna, you know, say anything to you yet. As long as baby's growing fine, they said we'll leave you alone.
There you go.
But it's even something like that. Even me being a woman, going through hormonal changes in
Yeah.
pregnancy and not gaining, it's
How
like go
far along are you
figure.
now?
I am like right now, I'm practically about to be come Tuesday next week, 20 weeks.
Halfway there.
Yeah, so almost halfway mark.
How did this happen?
Do we
If you
really need
don't
to have
know,
that
James, you're in
discussion, James?
trouble.
I know it's a Friday night and things get a little bit loose on Friday night.
Right. Yeah, it's the whole thing can be tricky, especially like when like you said, Sana, like when you
Yeah.
see a certain number on the scale and then it goes up and it's like, why am I having a hard time getting back to that? Like,
I got to a place of happiness and then I waved goodbye at it.
It's hilarious. Literally, like the first appointment I had with them was just literally for an ultrasound and like a pee test to confirm you're pregnant.
yeah,
They want to make sure everything comes up positive. They want to make sure, in fact, baby is in there, baby is okay. We can start scheduling your next appointments. Literally, that first appointment, that was the middle of January, all the way up until like my very last appointment, which was the end of last month, I was the same weight. Like literally, like pound to ounces, exactly the same. And they think it's
crazy.
hilarious.
That's
They think it's hilarious because they're like, wow, they're like, you're not even coming here like an ounce over what you were at the last appointment. And I said, well, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm
but
definitely
everything's good,
eating.
right? So
Everything's fine. Everything's
that's
been
wonderful.
fine. So it's just one of those things, like even pregnancy and hormone wise, like still,
Yeah.
the body will do what the body will do.
Yeah. And sometimes it's just hard to come to terms with that. Like, and I
Yeah.
get that, but then you have to just say, you know what?
I really,
I surrender.
you know
Yeah.
what? You know, I really don't think I'm pregnant. I don't think I am. I think we can eliminate that probably.
Let's hope for
It might.
Emily's sake you're not.
Ah,
Because
Don't
I
tell
can't even
Dr. Westman.
imagine a
Yeah.
pregnant James.
yeah.
Oh, I would be moody.
Yeah.
I know. You would love the moodiness though.
Right. But to be fair, we have done some experimenting since Christmas because right after
Yeah.
Christmas, we did the Daniel fast and we were eating whole foods, which did include things that were not keto,
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
know, and then we went back to keto after that, which I didn't gain anything doing that and it was fine, but it was kind of like I did like so much gas.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
know that might be TMI, but
Mhm.
it's the truth of the matter. And
Oh,
then
Stephanie.
there
Yeah.
were some things that we still kind of included to kind of like what Charlie was saying, like you kind of test things out. Like sweet potatoes. I found out sweet potatoes don't bother me if I have some here. So that was
You
something
see.
where I was kind of like, I can have those here and there, and I'm okay with that.
Right,
But
right. Yeah.
it's just been kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of weird.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you
And
say?
people have to realize like people can't get too dogmatic because even like I've heard like Dr. Barry and everybody puts like Dr. Barry up on this pedestal.
Right.
But even still, yeah, like he's even admitted like when it comes to their pear tree on their farm, him and Beckett, when it's in season, he said we will certainly go and pick from that pear tree
Yep.
to the point where they practically sometimes almost have to be like, oh my gosh, we need to stop because we're almost about to eat every pear off of this tree.
Yep.
And even everybody sees him as like the goal of what it is to go from keto to
Right.
carnivore.
The epitome of it. But
And it's like, hello, like
ah,
he's eating pears because they're in season, you know, so he has his reasoning. He's not just willy-nilly like, oh, I'm gonna eat pears all the time. No, he's eating it because it is in season at that point in time.
right.
So like people have to realize like if you really truly like really pay attention within the community and don't kind of have like these blinders on of, you know, all this expectation and thinking like, oh, all this perfection is going on.
Yeah. It's really
Yeah.
not. It's really, really not. And I feel like more people need to be okay with that because there's
Yeah.
so many mean people.
You know,
That's
There
the
are.
thing, yeah.
so there's a lot of people who do like product reviews when they come out, right?
Yeah.
Right, right.
We have hardly did any product reviews at all based on the fact that we just don't want anyone saying, "Oh, well, that's got this in it. How dare you eat
That's
that?"
so
and show it?"
dirty.
You know what I
or
mean?
This or this.
So it's
but
just best to not even show it.
yeah.
Like in the past, I would have cared enough to not mention like the Mission low
Mm.
carb tortillas because I know that everyone would be like, "Oh, that's just garbage." And not that I agree that it's not.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like sometimes we just avoided even filming anything because
Mhm.
of what people would say. All you can do is try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
always going to be naysayers,
Yeah.
no matter what.
Oh, about
And it's just
everything.
having a thick
Regardless.
skin to deal with it.
You know,
Yeah.
like,
If you want to share what you're doing,
Yep.
Yeah.
then you know, it's like Wendy. Did you see her rant video
no.
on Loving It on Keto? It is worth watching. I'm telling you, she had such a fantastic video out because of one of her subscribers and what they had said. She retaliated with comments. And I'm telling you, it was the most incredible video to watch. It was great. I mean,
Was
she
this
addressed
recent?
that person and was going to have people check out her comment, but the lady deleted her comment herself.
Yeah. And I've seen like
And it
Nisha.
was basically getting her down because they use keto chow. That was the whole gist of the comment. It was tapping down on her because of the different things she uses keto chow for and how often she uses it.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
So,
It's just,
you know, I'm sure everyone is tired of hearing me refer back to the weight gain that I had from smoking. Okay. I know that everyone is sick of hearing it, but like the fact of how much my body changed from the time I
Yeah.
went from a smoker to a non-smoker, it's completely different. I mean, just absolutely the way I used to go to bed. Like, let's say I go to bed weighing 210. I'd wake up in the morning at like 203. You know what I mean? After I got up and went to the bathroom or whatever. Now I go to bed at 220 and I wake up at 219.8. It's like, what did I eat? Like, for real. I mean, it's just like
Yeah.
everything. I'm a whole new body. I don't know how else to explain that,
Right.
but it's
Right.
true.
So Debbie said Dr. Barry's also working his body, functional fitness. For me, exercise is essential in maintaining.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
It's
all
good for
that
your
work he does on the farm is huge. Yeah.
And Jackie's, she heard us saying that she loves the world is full of nice people. If you don't see
Yes.
one, be one.
Yeah, I
Yes.
love that. Yeah.
And Wendy's rant was great. Yes,
Was
it
it
was.
recent? Was her rant recent?
It was just it was just last week.
Hmm.
Debbie helped me out. We were together. It was over the weekend.
Yeah.
Because I was with Debbie Friday, Saturday.
Right. Last weekend.
Yeah. We were in the car, we were watching it, listening to it.
Right. Jackie.
So true, because I called my April challenge carnivore-ish. The carnivore police were commenting, I'm not giving in. I will do it my way. That's
Yes.
exactly right.
Yep.
Jeff
Yep.
has a question. Are you still working out, James? Body composition could be what you are seeing. If you're really interested, get a DEXA scan.
You know what? I'm working out as much as Emily is on her treadmill.
I saw the video last night.
As much as she uses that. No, but I do construction. You know what I mean? It's one of them things. It's like I feel like I need to get a job like loading trucks. That way I don't feel guilty about not going to the gym when I get off work.
We're digging holes.
Yes, I need to farm or something. You know what I
Like
mean?
to work
Because
with Dr. Barry on his farm.
Right.
He'll put you to work.
there's something about that. You know what I mean? People who go to work, like people, before computers and stuff like that, people had more physical jobs and things, and I don't think they had as many gyms.
Probably not.
How
The
how
outdoors
often,
was their gym.
how often, like when you look back during the Depression era, was anyone at the gym?
Yeah. That's true. Because it's like my husband with his construction work, like he's always done construction as a career.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the component, like just
Yeah.
eating better. And then his body was definitely able to tone big
Yeah.
time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So that's the thing. He never went to a gym
Yeah.
throughout his whole time keto. Throughout these whole 5 years, he's never stepped foot in a gym, not even once.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He just gets it from whatever labor he happens to get at work.
Yeah. So to answer the question, no, he has not been.
But Noah has been.
Yeah, no, it has been.
Noah has been, and it's just, I wish that I had. It's not that I don't want to.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just forget.
He plays the piano instead. I'm not making fun of. I'm really not. Just,
There's only so much time in a day, and as soon as I find a way to make money without working, I would definitely work out.
Now this is what Jackie said. I walk 10 hours a day at work, plus lift and pull, all sorts of things. I should be built, but your body gets used to it when it's done all the time. It's like eating the same thing all the time. And your body gets immune to that thing or that exercise that it's not going to move.
right.
I am starting.
You got to mix
softball
up what
soon.
you're eating. You got to mix up what you're doing.
Yeah.
What, James?
I am going to start playing softball soon.
There you go.
I am now on the softball team.
At church.
Yeah, Friday nights I'll be trying to not hurt myself.
But then again, like we have to realize that like physical activity can come in so many different forms. Like it does not necessarily have to be going to the gym, there's so many different forms of it that like you're still getting that physical activity in. And it might be something you actually enjoy instead of going to the gym. Like, because my thing is not going to the gym. It's just not. I rather go like on a long like walk somewhere or be like, going to the park, chasing my kids around. Then it doesn't feel like I'm putting that pressure on myself to
Yeah.
get a workout in or to do like a set routine or anything like that because it's just not me. Like
Right.
that's just not what I can incorporate in my journey. It might work for others because that's just where they're at.
Yeah.
They enjoy going to the gym. They see it as something enjoyable. For me, I don't consider that enjoyable. I will
No.
never see myself getting a gym membership.
I have had them in the past. And I would do really well for a while, and then
Then you
it's
find your husband.
I think that's the last time I was like in the gym. It was yeah. True story.
Jackie says, can we take bets on how soon he gets hurt?
Jackie, where are you? You're supposed to be here.
Debbie said, yes, Donna, go out and play. Great exercise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Especially you do it out in the sun. You're getting vitamin D at the same time.
Jackie wants to know when you need the ice packs, James.
Probably pretty quick.
Yeah. When
Keep
does
them
that
on
start?
hand,
We
Jackie.
got a
Keep
couple
them
weeks.
on hand.
Right.
Walking is great. And Debbie said, Emily, you need a gym partner.
I think that would make a world of difference. Probably.
A gym partner.
Yeah.
Susie said, I
I
love
need
going to
somebody
the
to be
gym
like,
now.
let's go. Although my best friend that lives here, she's like jogs and works out every day of the week, every day, and she switches off jog days with her weight training, and every day she's like, Emily, you want to come over and do this? I'm like, shut your face. Leave me alone. But
Susie says, I love going to the gym now, but it used to be intimidating before I got a personal trainer. There's a social aspect of it too. I met a lot of nice folks at the gym.
Yeah, I could
Outside of the
definitely see
gym,
that.
I love to walk outdoors.
yeah,
So
I like outdoors.
I actually thought about I've actually thought for a while now about just joining a gym just to go and just to, I'm really not one that like watches TV or anything like that. So I've thought about going, one of the stupid, you have to know James to understand this. Like, and then I think, I'm like, you know what, I should go to the gym. And Noah's at the age now where he can actually go to like Planet Fitness, right?
yeah.
Like he could go. This is like the first time. And then I think like, oh, well, then we need to get a bag, to take our clothes to shower or whatever after. And then we need a lock. And it's like, oh, there's just so much to do to go to the gym.
I do better with walking when it's warmer out, being in Ohio, kind of when it's cold and rainy and snowing. I just,
Yeah, we got a lot of rain here in South Florida.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see the aspect of it, like Susie's saying, but still for me, I don't know. I don't know if it's because I'm like such an extrovert that
Yeah.
like I can't see myself leaving home and like going into like another building and being there for like 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
It's just not me. Like even if it is not the gym, I'm more so like the outdoorsy type.
I am not a sports person at all, like
Mhm.
at all, but I like hiking and walking
Yes.
and nature. But
Yeah.
yeah, gym, I guess the gym would be okay if I had someone who made me do it.
Made you do it?
Just made me do it.
What?
Like, let's go right now.
There's just so much to do. Like, there's just so much to do for real. You think about
Yeah.
like someone who you go to work, that's 9 hours or whatever. I mean, then
We all know.
there's a preparation for work of leaving. And so now
Right.
your 8-hour job takes 11 hours. It's like by the time you come home and figure out what you want to cook or whatever,
Mhm.
there's just where's that time?
Yeah. Oh, I totally get it. Like like I was telling Cindy, I have content recorded, probably that I could do like 3 videos. I have not done them. Like they've literally just been sitting on the back burner because I don't have the time. Because like James is saying, between
Hard.
like work, then I full-time homeschool like our kids. By the time
That's
we're done with homeschooling, gotta figure what's for dinner. There's so many
yep.
different things,
Yep.
which is everyday life.
It
Everyday
is.
just life. And then it's, even for someone that does not have a channel, there's still so much that consumes those hours of your
does.
day that
That's
it's like you
Yep.
really have to have like a really strong like motivation
yes.
to
I
really
remember those
after a
days.
long day to go, because either you're going to go after that busy day, or you're going to have to be the type of person like, I'm going to wake up early and
Mhm.
do it before my day even starts.
Right.
So those two are both really tricky.
That, and then you have this, and this, and then you have these things that I have to do every day. I have to go to
Yeah.
work. I have to do homeschooling, like you said, and I have to cook dinner. But then there's other things where you just have to prioritize it. And that's kind of why
Yeah.
we really haven't been putting out much content, is because
Mhm.
since we really got back into church, we really, really got very involved with it,
Right,
like
right,
with the
right.
choir, and we've made a lot of really good friends at church,
Mhm.
and just like I said, like with choir and church and Noah starting band and having band practices, it's
Yeah.
hard. It really is hard.
Yeah. Yeah, because you guys found something that you equally as enjoy as, being with the community, doing the content and stuff like that. And like that's just it. It's like that's not really something like we should have to feel guilty about.
But you do, like, I totally feel guilty, like,
Well, we
because I
shouldn't
love you
have to,
guys and I
because
love
I
this
totally
community.
get it. I totally get it because I start to feel bad because even like since this time, they're like, I haven't done any content. I've had some subscribers and I'm like, yeah. Like
Yeah,
I feel bad because I'm like, oh, here you subscribe to me and I don't have anything, put out for like 2, 3 weeks. So then you feel bad because then you feel like, if they're subscribing, they have an expectation to see something from you.
right.
Um, so yeah, I totally get it, but it's just it's
It's hard.
tricky because it's just one of those things that it's difficult. It's difficult not to feel bad about, but then again, you have that part of your mind telling you should not feel bad. Like you are out there like enjoying your life. And, I've had to kind of remind myself so many times like this is the whole reason why we got ourselves healthy and to continue to keep ourselves on track to be healthy, because we should not always be behind these, computers. We should not
Right,
always be behind, the camera. We should be out there, like
mhm,
living our lives the way we couldn't exactly do it before. Like we
right,
did all have certain kind of limitations where we couldn't live our very best life.
yeah, 100
So it's
100%.
it's difficult. It's difficult because you
Yeah.
have those perspectives, but then again, it's so difficult because, like you said, this community is so great and everyone's so sweet, and you just kind of want more of everybody, but it's hard. It's really tricky.
It is. It is. It's
Yep. Like
it's good.
Stephanie said here, don't
Yeah,
feel guilty about living life.
yeah.
And
But
that
I don't want
goes through.
to, it's hard because you feel like you're
Mhm.
um devaluing this community, even
Yeah.
though I absolutely do not devalue this community at
No.
all. Um, it's just,
No, you just feel very torn. You
yeah,
feel very torn between the two, between committing to this and then committing to like your own personal stuff, which we earned it. We earned the right to kind of be at this point where we could do all the stuff that we're doing behind the scenes. So
yeah,
it's tricky. It's tricky. You guys are not alone in feeling that.
No.
it's hard. But I do love you guys, and I love this community so much. I really do. And
But
I'm sorry. I guess
Why does
guess
there
I'm
have to
getting
be a
But
but?
I'm sorry that we haven't been as
are,
involved as we
are
were.
you saying it's not them, it's you? It's not you, it's me.
No.
Emily, blink twice if you need help.
I know, right?
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
I just had to tease James. I
He's
just had to.
deserving.
I had to squeeze that in sometime tonight.
Yeah.
But I totally what you're saying. And thankfully everyone in the community, it seems like everybody like understands
They
like where
do.
you guys are at right now because I know you guys have had to go through like a lot of explanations
I know.
of why. But and that's okay. Like that's the thing. It's like nobody should have to feel bad. You see, like Arden said, even us who listen and we take time off for ourselves. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. And that's something I was very much impressed with. Like Arden saying, like when I was just a subscriber to all these channels, like, and I saw some channels like posting every single day, I was like, oh my goodness.
How? It's like how? Like
When I saw like behind like the scenes, what really has to go into putting the
Mhm.
content out there with like the editing and all of that, and I was like, oh my goodness, like I
yeah.
don't know how they do it and still work jobs
I
and
didn't even
still
do
try
any
to
of
have
it.
like a quality life.
Yeah, she didn't. She didn't. There's a thumbs up on Emily. There you go.
There you go.
I didn't even have to do the editing. He did it. And
I got
it's
to
just
a point. It was like, all right, something's got to give. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
because Emily's like, well, I'm going to bed, and it's like, okay, well, it's 11, and I still got another hour on this upload. And I got to work at 5 a.m. and something's just got to give.
yeah.
Yeah.
Something's got to give.
Yeah.
Yep.
Apparently, it's sleep.
That's right.
Oh no.
Sleep is overrated.
Yeah.
You'll
No,
sleep when you're
definitely
dead.
not.
Right.
Definitely not. Not when you have to wake up at 5 a.m. because I wake up at 3 a.m.
Oh
And if I had, I mean, I appreciate it. I'm grateful for it. Like, I feel very blessed for it because obviously, if I'm going in early, I'm only getting off that much early to get a lot of stuff I need to get done with the kids, especially with
right.
homeschooling. So, I mean, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But still, yet, you
So
can't go
yeah.
without sleep, having to wake up at that kind of time.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it wears a toll on you after doing it for so long, especially.
It
Well,
Why do you get up at 3 a.m.?
work.
Work. Yeah.
What is it?
Work.
What is it? I'm just curious. I don't know what you do at 3 a.m.
Oh, because I work from home, so thankfully, like I literally just have to walk down the hallway.
Oh, I was thinking, who's are you making donuts?
Remember the old commercial? I mean,
time to make the donuts.
I'm,
Right.
I'm not monetized, so I don't care. But yeah, time to make the donuts.
Right.
Yeah, speaking of that, I got a flag last night from our believe it or not, our intro thing. So I had a subscription for Epidemic Sound, for
Yeah.
the channel. And
Right.
that expired, and it's like, you know what? I don't want to pay the $100 or more, or whatever, to
Yeah.
renew that. Well, then you realize that I had my countdown music tied into that little
Oh,
40-second
jeez.
clip, and they're like, oh, nope, no monetized. So yeah, the $2 that I normally make an hour is now no.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy. That is so
Well,
crazy.
get rid of
though.
that silly countdown.
I know it's gone.
Yep.
Countdown's
Yeah.
gone, I guess.
It's gone.
That's still crazy though.
Yeah, there's just so many aspects to YouTube that a lot of people don't
Yeah.
understand. That like even like
Mhm.
a little sound bite can like get you kicked out.
Yeah.
And the sound, so a sound clip that like if you get a program or something, like YouTube has stuff that's free,
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
but if it ever doesn't become free, now they can go in and
Mhm.
demonetize 300 videos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because you had a sound, it's almost worth like not having a sound.
Yeah.
And you just can't sing other people's songs either. Like you can't sing it.
Yeah, because I know one channel that I follow, she has a very large following,
Mhm.
and she ended up having and it was just like the instrumental of the song, like it didn't even have the lyrics or anything like that.
Uh-huh.
But because this song ended up becoming popular, and I'm talking about like radio station popular,
Yeah.
So that's when she wasn't able to use it any longer. So
Mhm.
something that once at one time was free, now
Yeah.
because it
Because
became a
it's a big deal
popular
now.
song.
So like not last year's KPL, they didn't do it, but the year before they had karaoke. And
Oh yeah, yeah.
you can't really, you can only film like literally a few seconds of someone singing a song, even though you would love to get clips of everybody and everyone would love to watch it.
Yeah.
Right,
Can't do it.
right.
Can't do
Yeah.
it. They'll take your video
No.
down. And it's like,
Mhm.
this kind of sucks.
No. Yeah,
Music.
Well,
because
even
then it's
last
like
year
you
with
just
Name That Tune, they played excerpts of all the songs during that.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And it's like if
with
you
that,
want to record it for people to understand the experience, it's like you can't not have audio because then they
Right.
really don't understand what's going on. Like,
Correct.
okay, like why are you just recording people? Like
Right.
what exactly is
It's so
happening?
irrelevant.
And how many times like we would love to film, like you go to a pizza place, oh, we're eating a no-dough pizza and stuff like that, and we'd like to record, but instead it goes to a picture
With the
because
voiceover.
because they have music going on. Imagine that. People want to
Yes,
be out having
yes.
fun.
Or
Mhm.
yeah,
You know.
or a video with
Yeah.
voiceover.
Or even if you were to go to Universal and walk around and
Mhm.
film yourself, there's music everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere you
Yeah.
go, there's music. Literally
Yeah.
in Kroger is music.
Everywhere.
It's so hard.
Everywhere. Yeah.
So now
Yeah.
our video is, bringing our groceries back and putting them on the
Mhm.
counter, and this is what we got.
Yeah.
It's
Grocery
it's
place.
not that we're literally that boring. It's literally you can't film hardly anywhere because of music.
Can't.
Right.
I mean, even in your house, like sometimes like I have to be careful, like even when the kids are watching TV,
Yeah.
I'm wondering, oh my gosh, like is like the theme song, like is the intro for this show gonna end
Yeah.
up happening when I'm recording my food?
Right.
Yeah.
So I would literally have to tell them like put it on pause, like I'm gonna
Yeah.
record for like 10
Yeah.
seconds and you could go back to watching. But it's like things like that, it's like you don't even realize because it's
No.
like here you're just living life. You're like, I'm just gonna record. And then you don't
Yeah.
think about these things until you get flagged and you're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like, yeah. Yeah, well, thank goodness I filmed this all day and can't use it.
Right.
Yeah. But even to be fair, even when we have chances where we can film,
Mm-hmm.
it's like I just want to enjoy the time and I don't want to
Yeah.
hold a camera.
Because
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
don't know if any of you have ever went to an event and filmed. The experience is totally different looking through a camera versus just having fun. Like
Yeah.
completely different. So,
Now, I will say when we went to KPL, I think 2 years ago, Noah took the camera and was like, "Can I go talk to people?" And we're like, "Yeah." And he did, and he got a lot of really good content, I thought.
just so everyone knows, Noah is welcome to pick up the camera and film us at any time and we'll
Yeah.
put it on. The
Mhm.
bad thing is, just so you know, it might be hard because Noah no longer finds us cool and fun anymore.
Yeah.
Teenager. Yeah, teenager.
So he doesn't want to be with us anymore. I could
Yeah.
literally be like, Noah, you want to go out to dinner with us? No. It's like, you're really gonna
Yeah.
not eat?
Yeah,
He's
like,
like,
I'll just
We get it.
eat eggs.
Yeah, I'll just
Or
eat
something.
eggs. and
Yeah,
stay
we
home.
get it with the 15-year-old. It was the
Oh,
most
wait for it.
hilarious thing because that's literally what he's been having is like the however everyone wants to pronounce it, like Tetons,
Yeah.
sausages.
Noah loves them.
He's
She said-
literally just been having that
She
and
says
been fine with it.
She says
Sausages.
sausage.
all right.
If John
It's
was
been about
here,
an hour and a half.
if John was here, he would expect me to say hot dogs. That's his thing. Every live, he's like, just say it, please.
Where is he?
Yeah.
Where is John? Are you
I like
Cindy? Are you kicking us out?
Possibly. No, we've been
Do
on
you
about
have
an hour
keto
and a
chow
half.
waiting on you, Cindy?
No,
Yeah,
I
what do you-
don't. I actually ate
You
already.
don't. Oh no.
What do you got to do? You ain't got nothing to do.
It has.
It's 8:00 at night.
You're right.
Some people wake up
Yeah,
at 3 a.m.
instead of
Yeah,
going,
Tom's
it's
gotta go to bed.
time to make the creamies, or no ice cream for me this weekend.
We
What's
got
your
to meet
favorite
Sherry not too long
flavor?
ago.
There you go. What's everyone's favorite flavor
Yeah, what's your favorite flavor?
of keto
Because
chow?
and I'm
Peanut butter.
asking this because of everybody's videos of like the flavor comebacks just recently. So, and then everybody's been like, "Oh, I could have this flavor again." And then some are ordering it, and it's funny too because there's like a lot of funny like silly arguing that goes on
I
between
know,
adults
right?
at
Even though
times.
we all have different tastes.
And it's
Who's-
like everyone's different taste. Then
Yeah.
it's like, you don't know how my bank account stays. So like, don't judge how much I want to order.
Right.
Well,
So
of
it's
those
just
four,
hilarious. Yeah, right.
Are we just going off those 4?
I will say of those four, chocolate malt would be my favorite.
What about you?
Of the
the
4.
4, come back.
The butterscotch, the chocolate malt. What was the
Orange cream and
It's never orange.
Birthday cake.
birthday cake.
You know, birthday cake. I feel like I can get that with vanilla. The vanilla cream, close enough. I would say the butterscotch.
Up, you got a lot in here, Cindy. You might
Yeah.
want to highlight these.
Of the 4, I would say butterscotch. Of all of them, I would have to name off like 5.
I'll be curious how that works out for you, Susie. Chocolate malt's okay.
Which one did you say, Emily?
Of the 4, butterscotch.
Butterscotch.
Oh, my kids love that. Yep.
Arden says root beer. Debbie agrees with me with the chocolate malt of those four.
And you know what? The chocolate
And I
malt.
think that's her favorite.
Chocolate malt's good too.
It's
but
not that it ain't
I just
good.
love butterscotch.
It's not that it ain't good. It's just that if I want something like butterscotch, there's nothing like butterscotch, but there's like several other chocolates, I guess.
So Arden
Right.
said root beer. Have you done like an actual like root beer with that, Arden?
I've done root beer or Coke Zero and
Like a
my
root beer float.
creamy.
Yes, like that. That's what I would be
Debbie-
curious about.
Debbie has done the root beer floats. I did some orange cream with some zero sugar orange crush.
Yeah.
That was good.
I
That was
just
really
sometimes pour my Coke Zero in my creamy just
Yeah.
because.
Because I'm not really a sweets person, but I loved root beer floats because the root beer kind of cut, that
Yeah.
sweetness.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm a
Now, the
sweet
peanut
person.
butter is Sherry's. Donna, you don't know what you're missing. Susie's banana and Jeff salted caramel.
I
Caramel,
Donna, you're
however
not
you say it.
alone. I'm hoping to try like my first tomorrow because we had like literally, I have not had a chance to post like the video or anything like that, but we did get a Ninja Creamy Deluxe. It was on sale at Costco, so we were able to get one. I think it was what, 1 weekend ago or something like that.
I think
So
so.
the kids have tried it. The kids have tried it.
the keto
Um,
chow
The keto chow ice cream because they were having like shakes and stuff like that, and I've done
Yeah.
like the recipe that they have for like the loaf,
Mhm.
kind of like the pound cake
Yeah.
version and stuff like that. So they've had stuff like that. We've done like waffles and stuff with it. Kind of like I've seen you guys do with like the Dash waffle iron and stuff
Mhm.
like that.
Love it.
So we've done like stuff like that, but
I love that too.
they love the ice cream though. Like shockingly, they love the ice cream. And I know a lot of people, like I was kind of nervous because I saw like a lot of comments where people were saying that just like it being in the frozen state kind of toned down the sweetness.
Yeah.
But they were fine with
It
it. So
depends
I
on,
don't
I feel like it depends on the flavor too. Noah does not
Yeah.
normally like creamies at all,
yeah.
but he likes shakes and he likes other things that we make with it. I
Yeah.
love just about every flavor as an ice cream, but I love ice cream so much.
Does Noah have a
Mhm.
favorite flavor as a kid?
I would say orange cream, wouldn't you?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
he
he's
likes-
right there with
he really
Jackie
likes the
then
orange.
with the orange
Yeah.
cream.
I'm not a fruity. I don't like the fruity stuff. You know what I mean? I don't like the grapefruit. I don't like.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't like them. I just prefer every other form of chocolate and peanut butter
Uh-huh.
over them.
Now I love
Yeah.
the blueberry pie and I love the gingerbread and I love the caramel macchiato. Those like the fall flavors. A lot of
Right.
like, fall flavors are going to be my
Mhm.
favorites.
She made a pumpkin. She made a pumpkin.
Creamy yesterday.
Yeah, I can't do it because I can't get the taste of pumpkin sausage soup out of my mind. So I did not want pumpkin sausage ice cream.
That was literally our conversation when I made it.
So you thought of frozen soup.
Yeah, spicy sausage pumpkin soup at that.
All right, and before that, like, so we do have a lot of keto chow, and we're trying to use. Your thumb is making thumbs up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And we're trying to get through some of the older flavors and stuff. So, like the day before, we had chai creamy that had
Well,
been in
it
the
was a
fridge for
mystery.
a long time. It was a mystery, and then we determined that it was chai. Well, then it kind of has like that same kind of a spice that like the pumpkin has.
Oh yeah.
I don't like that whole chai clovey kind of taste. You know how people
Well, that's like chai and eggnog and snickerdoodle and pumpkin and what's the other one? I think there's another one. Brian likes all of those. I am not a fan of
really.
any of those.
And when we were trying
And
to figure out what the chai was,
Yeah.
there was a part of me that I was like, it smells like snickerdoodle, but it doesn't taste like it. What is it? Because it was a creamy that was made months ago. Like it
yeah,
kind of gets lost in the freezer.
Oh no. So
I
I play that
label
mind
mine
game
when
with
I make
you.
them. I label them because
Yeah.
I don't want to get one that's for Brian because typically I'm not going to like it.
That's tricky when your nose kind of almost like prepares your brain for something, but then
Mhm.
you go and taste it and you're like, oh my gosh,
Yeah. When you
that's
look
the
at something, you'd
worst.
be like, oh, this is chocolate. And you get root beer, be like, oh no.
Oh my gosh.
Deb says the chai is great mixed
I
in
like
chai
those
tea.
flavors a lot.
Imagine that, Deb.
Yeah. Orange cream
I'll
would
stack
probably
'em
be
for you,
my
Deb.
favorite. Yes, Donna, it's pretty good. It really is good as a
Oh,
shake.
it's a shake.
James.
I've
Oh,
had
okay.
it. I had it as a shake, and it's good.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just not like when I think of them, I'm thinking of like
Yeah.
milk mix. I want
The
that
soup is
creamy-
just like we
Yeah.
always say, the soup is just so good.
Yes.
So
Yeah. And I've seen many say that, like Jackie saying, like it's good as a shake. Like I've seen a lot of feedback from some on certain flavors where they say like they like it as a shake, but as a creamy they will not.
okay, like strawberry, keto chow
Yeah.
strawberry, just their classic strawberry.
Yeah.
Do not I just don't like it as a shake. I really just don't love it as waffles. It's
when you go back to like their old classic strawberry,
and
like
now I love it as cupcakes.
compared, like when you taste like the strawberry cream and versus
Yeah.
the old strawberry was not really good.
It was meh. It was
Yeah.
bleh.
It was average at best. It wasn't even that. You know what I mean? It was just bad. Like for real, it was bad.
The
And
strawberry cream.
Well, you're also
is
comparing
strawberry.
the strawberry cream.
yes,
so
the
that
strawberry
makes sense.
cream is delicious. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And you go
Yes.
back and be like, strawberry is
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
But like
'Cause
the
now you have
peach,
a comparison.
the peach was
Right.
never. The peach was just
Yeah.
awful. Peach was medicine.
Oh no. Oh no.
Some people like it.
It tastes so chemically. It was like, is this peach or perfume?
Awful.
But then they have so many flavors that they hit, home
Yeah.
run. Everything else.
Yeah.
It's like, the longer they're in, like their flavors are just spot on now. I mean, even like I don't even like peppermint, but peppermint was just so
Yeah.
spot on and perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where we're at, Jackie. Like we have a lot and we're trying. I think he had a few shakes this week. I had one at work this week.
We just want to make sure that rotate our old
Yeah. But
stock.
Yeah.
here's the other issue that we've had though is we would have certain flavors that we like peanut butter, and we wouldn't use it because we're like, we can't have it because we like it.
I know we like it so much we can't use it. We just got to know we got it.
So
it's like a
this
collectible.
week, so this week I'm like, I am making a peanut butter. What was the other flavor that you like? Oh, it was peppermint because I really liked peppermint too. And I'm like, we're using them. We love these flavors. We need to just use them.
But
Yes.
like we got a big bag of like pina colada, and we love the pina colada with shrimp, like coconut
Oh,
shrimp.
yeah. Like the coconut shrimp you guys made. Yeah.
But I don't really like it in the form of shakes. But she likes it. I
Yeah.
just don't like it. I like it in the form of coconut shrimp. So now we need to make
Maybe muffins.
coconut shrimp muffins.
No. Coconut pina colada muffin.
Like maybe pina colada chicken soup. Hey, it worked with the pumpkin.
James, you mentioned the birthday cake. You like vanilla.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Add some cocoa to it, and have you a chocolate birthday cake. It's
I would like
really
that.
good.
Okay.
Some
And
cocoa and a little bit of allulose to offset the cocoa bitterness.
yeah.
It is so good.
Vanilla is one of my favorite keto chow flavors because it's it's just its own canvas. Just do whatever you want. You take a
Cocoa or
scoop of peanut butter and change the whole thing.
It's like the regular vanilla I didn't care for. The vanilla cream, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the same with the strawberry and the strawberry
Mhm.
cream. It's,
I actually like the original vanilla. I like the cream better, but I like the original vanilla for what it was because it was once again it was a blank canvas. You could just
Basically, he would just make peanut butter every time.
just make
Don't
peanut
let
butter.
him say
Yeah,
that.
sorry.
It wasn't a blank canvas. It was like an extra peanut butter shake.
Had its
Hookah.
purpose. Had its purpose.
I miss you, Hookah.
now she wants some keto chow ice cream.
I know, right? Yeah. Totally.
Are we losing viewers or no? Are we gaining viewers? What are we doing?
Right
Cindy, what's
now?
going on?
I don't even know where I.
One. We have one.
We have one. Sana, is that you?
I'm here. I'm guilty.
Are you the one? So are we just
I
now?
don't
We're
even
just
see
having.
where you guys
No,
can
but
see a viewer count anywhere.
Hookah's still here. Hookah.
Yeah.
No, only you can because you're hosting, Cindy.
No, I can't. So I said I don't know where
You don't
to
see it at the
look.
top?
Nope.
The number? Oh,
Nope.
that's weird. Because if you're
James is
hosting,
like,
you
"I'll
should see
look."
it. That's weird.
Nope. I don't see any
I'll
count at the top.
Oh.
There's 4 watching Sana.
Well, you know, some have veered off to other.
I keep looking this way
Live
'cause that's
streams.
where our monitor is.
Yeah, but they'll still be there. They'll still be there. We won't.
Yeah. Cindy, you're going to the indie meetup, right?
I am.
Okay. Sona, what about you?
What a great joke.
I know. I know.
Well,
I could say the same thing about you guys coming to Florida.
Sana, can you
I
get
want
to,
to.
Can you get to KPL?
Yeah. Well, when are you due?
No.
I
Right
remember
now, well, that's an interesting question
I had
because
no part in
actually
that.
my due date is September 3rd,
Okay.
So
but
you can go.
well, because it's going to be like a scheduled C-section because that's just kind of the way they do things here.
Right.
Um, if you had, previous C-sections, yeah, you
I-
have to have another C-section.
I understand.
So possibly it might get changed to like end of August is what I'm
Yeah.
figuring.
Probably. It seems like they usually do that.
That'll give
Yeah.
you a good 4 to 5 weeks.
Susie said she's still here.
to heal.
Susie.
Susie's still here.
Yeah.
Arden's still here.
Jackie, for me, that.
Stephanie, it's May 18th, Stephanie.
Yes.
Jackie says, "Come on, road trip. Are you wanting to come to Florida, pick me up, and then we'll do the road trip together? Is that what you're volunteering for, Jackie?"
What if we just all pitch in for a ticket?
Uncle
a plane,
Big Guy,
a plane
are you
ticket.
going? Are you going, Uncle Big Guy, to the indie meetup or to KPL?
What?
Uncle Big Guy.
Uncle Big Guy.
Yeah, I'd like to know. He's gone to an indie meetup before.
And yes, Debbie is here.
We met him.
Debbie's here.
Debbie's
Yeah,
here.
see, I don't.
I love Debbie.
Yeah, it was so nice to see, like, because Arden was in one of the pictures, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I was like, "Look at him!" I said, "It was
Yeah.
so nice to just put like an actual face
I
to the
know.
name." So that was really cool. So I can't imagine like seeing him in person, because for me it was just exciting just seeing the picture alone.
Yes.
Have you done any meetups at all?
No, I have
No.
not.
Because
have
I know
not.
they have the one in the Orlando
Summit,
I
I would
would
like
I
to
would love to
go.
go to Orlando.
Oh, he might be in the. He might go to the one in May. I hope you
Oh.
do.
Yes.
I would love to go to the
Maybe
Orlando
7
Summit. I don't know how my time off is going to work. If I'm going to have it, like I don't really know. It's just
Yeah.
yeah, I just don't know.
And like Jackie's comment mentioned, like she gave the date for the event, but then
Mhm.
also on low carb events, anyone that does not know of that website for low carb events, if you're trying to look for your area, if there's possibly any events going on, any meetups, because even some of like the smaller local ones, they're getting also posted on there as well. So don't feel like, the ones that are on there, they're
Or just
big, overwhelming. If you're trying to stick to small meetups,
right.
you'll see a lot of different options
Ooh.
on there.
How
Oh gosh, wow.
that's not good.
Ouch.
That, well, he comes from Kansas. That's like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a long road trip.
it is. It really is.
I don't know if it's $3,000 long.
Maybe something
Wow.
happened on that trip.
Maybe
Yeah.
he hung out for a couple weeks.
Oof.
Maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know how much he ate at the restaurant. Was that like when we met at B-Dubs?
Yes.
Okay, it was
Yeah.
B-Dubs.
Did you have too much Brazilian steakhouse?
I know. He always talks about, oh, we're gonna go to Brazil. Like even tomorrow, we're gonna go to Brazilian
Oh my
steakhouse. I'm
goodness.
like, no, we're not.
I'm awful because I was gonna go for my birthday. I was gonna go for my 40th in December.
Yeah.
And like just last minute I was like, yeah, it's like, oh, I don't want to go.
Yeah.
And you probably got one within 2 hours of you. That's the problem with us, is that we don't.
We
Yeah.
have, what do we have? We have one of them. I can't remember which franchise it is, but we have one that is in Palm Beach.
Texas State,
And it's,
Brazil,
it would be
probably.
like 35, 40 minutes. But even
Mhm.
then, like I just didn't really feel like it. I just was not just up for that. We ended up going to Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah.
That
I
is like
always,
literally like 7, 8 minute drive from our house. And called it a night.
yeah.
You
I
replace-
always have like big plans in my head. Like for my birthday, I'm gonna go here
Right.
and have this, and then it comes and it's like, I want to go have breakfast.
Right.
Well,
Oh
for my birthday
no.
this year, 6 days after
Yeah.
is the indie meetup.
There you go.
So that's what we're doing.
Yeah,
That's it.
Lisa front bumper. Oh my gosh. So did
Ugh.
you have some sort of damage or something that happened on the
Ugh.
trip, or this was something
Yeah.
prior
Wow.
to? Oh gosh.
That's
Uh,
no fun.
Jackie.
I think Noah will come.
Maybe
I think he should. I think we should just
we're just gonna make them, Jackie.
yeah, we'll just be like, hey, you want to go to
Somebody has to man the camera.
Right. We'll give him an option and say, hey, do you want to go?
Yeah.
And when he says no, we'll be like, tough.
yeah, be like, want to go look at guitars? Get in the car, we'll go. And then like,
Oh yeah.
I loved seeing him in like the cruise footage because you see like all these like adults, then you see like the familiar faces of the influencers and stuff like that. And then there was Noah. And I got so excited when I saw Noah
yeah,
more than I saw the familiar faces because it was
Yeah.
just, it becomes like a breath of fresh air, when you
We're
just
all
see.
real people.
Yes, yes. It becomes such a breath of fresh air just to
Yeah.
see he was there with you guys. He was enjoying the experience just as much, as everybody else.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it was
Yeah,
good to
ours
see
instead a
him.
dog got in the way.
Ugh.
Oh gosh.
Oh.
That's
Now I don't know
thing.
if I should feel bad for you or the dog.
Dog. Oh
He
no.
might have balloons to pop at the
Well,
end of the
both.
evening.
We'll just make him go, Jackie.
we'll just tell him he's got to go.
Yeah.
Got to go. I feel like he went to the last one, didn't he?
Yeah.
He did.
He'll probably ask if your son's going to be there.
Probably.
Stephanie would love to go to Hack Your Health, but she's not sure.
Yeah.
Deb and I will be there.
You are going
Yeah.
from here?
Because I was
Yeah.
gonna say Cindy and Deb are going.
Yep. Yeah, we're flying out on Thursday and flying back on Monday.
When is Hack Your Health again?
The 30th through the 31st through the 1st. 30th of May through the 1st of June.
Mm.
June, yeah.
Oh, that's coming up.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just glad with Emily's job change that we didn't have a lot more stuff planned. Like,
Yeah.
like before she started the job, she told like, we're going to KPL and things like that.
Right.
It would have just sucked to have been like,
Things like that. It was literally KPL. Like
I know, but it would have sucked to have had like,
A bunch of
needed like
plans.
10 or 11 or 12 days off for
Yeah.
another cruise or.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, because you want to be able to have like this, transition period, starting something new.
Right.
I totally get it.
Right.
Well, I guess it's time for us to go put a pork butt on the smoker.
It is. I'm excited. I love pork shoulder. It's not his favorite, but
Yeah.
I love it.
And we're going to do it this time without. So we're learning that like you don't always have to use mustard as a binder and things like that. So we're experimenting.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if any of you. I know Brian smokes stuff, but
Yeah, we had bought a big slab of pork belly a couple weeks ago, and I
Yeah.
cut off about a third of it and cut that up in cubes and air fried it.
mm-hmm.
The rest of it, we did coat it in mustard and
Mhm.
smoked it. And then I cut that piece in quarters and froze it. So when we ready for some more, it's already cooked. All I got to do is cut it up.
I don't think I like smoked pork belly.
I don't think she does. She likes it in the air fryer.
I like it crispy.
She likes it crunchy. So I
Well,
think
it will be because that's how I'll finish it off.
Yeah.
so.
We
Yeah, you
didn't
can
cook it all the way through,
Okay.
and then I'll finish it off in the air
I'll be
fryer.
over that time.
She don't like the gelatinous fat.
Ugh.
Oh, yeah.
I get it.
Mhm.
I just don't. I'm
Yeah.
one of those people that cuts the fat off my steak.
Right.
No.
Yeah. No, our oldest son, he's the same way. And it's funny because you would think the 7-year-old would be the picky one, but no, like he wants the fat like that. He doesn't
That's-
care. But
That's
the
Noah.
older one, I have to, like literally, like what I would have to do because, I don't want like the rest of the steak to get overcooked. So that's what I would do. I would trim like the fat
Yep.
and I would just put that back in the air fryer so like he can at least have the fat crispy. And he loves it.
Yeah.
He absolutely loves it.
Mhm.
Noah likes it like he likes rare steak
Yeah.
with lots of fat.
Uh-huh.
And it's just like
So
I
with
just
you guys
can't.
with you guys mentioning not using the mustard as a binder, are you guys doing a substitute then?
Nope.
No, just
No?
just
Okay.
Pepper.
just salt and pepper, dry
Oh,
rub.
okay.
This time
Yeah.
I'm going to put garlic on it. So there's a guy at our church that like,
Yeah.
come to find out, he's like,
He's so good at it.
he's so good at it. Like, and he uses like the real old, the old school smoker, like, I'm guessing
Oh.
like charcoal with like just lumps
Yeah.
of wood.
Yeah.
And he gets the season so good. And then he finishes, he just finishes it. When I would normally go out and wrap it and put it back on
Yeah.
the smoker, he just brings it back in, and puts it in the oven.
Finishes it in the oven.
And what's really
Oh,
crazy about
yeah.
him is he's got it down to such an art that like he doesn't cook by temperature on the
At
smoker.
all.
It's all time. After this many hours,
Yeah.
I do this and then I pull it off and it's like whatever
Oh,
it hits, it hits.
wow.
And it's like really like how you nailing brisket like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really impressive. Yeah, wow.
Wow.
Have you guys tried his meats that he's done before?
Yes.
Yes.
James
Oh,
wants to be
okay.
best friends with him. So
Yeah,
bad.
I literally was like, I'm like, okay, well, next time you cook for the church, which is a big
Yeah.
church, he's cooking a lot of meat.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
I just want him to ask me for help just so I can watch him cook.
Yeah. It's,
Get the inside information. You see
Yeah.
James pulling out a notebook.
Yeah, well, that'll never happen, but
but yeah. He has a
I'll
good
take
memory.
I'll take a mental thing. Yeah, I have a hard time writing sometimes. One of the things. It's like,
Yeah.
when I have a notebook and I
Yeah.
look at like a plain piece of paper,
Mm.
I don't know what to write. I don't know where
Or
I
you could always do like on your phone, they have like the notes
Text to
that you
talk- or
could
talk
do.
to text.
Yeah, and you could do talk to text. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
always an option.
Leroy is putting the pork pie on the smoker.
Yeah.
Step one.
So the pellet smoker is so good because it's so easy. You know what I mean? The negative thing is that him throwing different lumps in of here
Yeah.
and here and here. He's not limited to the kinds of wood that he can put on. Like, we could fill 2 different kinds of pellets in our smoker, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
say apple and hickory or something like that. But he could literally throw in all kinds of different chunks of wood,
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
and it's just different.
Wow.
It's
Nice.
And it's probably and it's me saying that it's better than the food that I make, probably
Yeah.
because we are our own worst critics. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, no, it's true.
good when you eat other people's food. I
Yeah.
feel. Almost always.
I've loved
It's
Bob
true.
Evans biscuits and gravy my whole life, and I've always done everything I can to try to replicate their gravy. But come to find out, I can get really close. It's the preservatives that I don't have.
Right.
True story. Like, I always try to get it to taste. It's like, well, there's taste so much. There's a difference in their taste,
Yeah.
and it's got to be the preservatives because I know that
Mhm.
there's no one that can make gravy better than me, but I can't get that taste. It's just something. It's something
It's just
simple.
some things.
That's funny you say that because there's like a show that I watch and it was so because I don't want to call it the show name, for anyone getting digged or anything like that, but it was a reporter. She does obituaries and she speaks to the dead, and it was funny because there was a little clip where it was like a really popular like baker that
Yeah.
like her cookies were so popular and she had like the top secret that she was going to take to her grave. She wasn't even going to leave it for her family or anything like that. So then last minute she says that the secret ingredient was MSG.
Oh Lord.
So it was not even like an actual like ingredient like, James is saying it's very much, just chemical.
Yeah, a
Right.
preservative of something. It's
Yeah.
like there's a taste that I'm not getting. You know what I mean? And I
Right.
really have came to the conclusion that theirs is the preservative that I don't have.
Right.
And it's the difference. I'm making
So
mine
it
first.
makes me think of that because it's one of those things like, yeah, can people go out there and buy MSG, but
Yeah.
to wrap your mind around
Really want
purchasing
it.
something like that
Right.
to just get the flavor.
Yes. It's just, yeah.
Or
Yeah.
it could just be the fact that theirs is canned and sent to their
Yeah.
stores or bagged and sent
Yeah.
and then
Oh yeah.
frozen. And then it's like,
Yeah.
that's everything that mine's not.
Yeah.
Oh, that could very well be. All those flavors got that time in the canning to,
Yep. All
combine and
that
everything like that. Yeah.
thing mixed really, really well.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Right.
I guess I would have just had Bob cook me some gravy.
Or work there for like a couple
Right.
days.
Right.
Okay, so that's the thing. I know that it like comes in bags and they heat up the bags and they just dump it out. So that's not going to help me at all.
Right.
James will secretly be taking pictures of the bag.
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
No.
It's like me
Let
trying
me
to get
see
the
what ingredients you're working with, Bob Evans.
Right.
I'm trying to get the Krabby Patty recipe.
Oh my God.
He would.
Oh, that's too
Yeah.
funny. Well, we don't want to
Krabby
hold you
Patty.
guys from putting that pork butt on the smoker because yeah, it is getting late.
Yes,
All
it
right.
is.
It is.
Well, I'm
But
glad.
it's easy to go over so much like this when
I
you're in good
know.
company, and because we don't get so much of you guys lately,
I
which is definitely
know.
understandable. So it's definitely easy to go over for that reason as well.
Yes, I
Yes.
thank you both very much
Yes, no,
for coming
we
on
were
here.
very excited about this. So no, we're so happy you guys were able to make some time. Because you
We
guys, for anyone that has been, watching you all, they know you guys used to have Friday Lives.
We did.
We did.
And what happened to that was, unfortunately, what's crazy about it is that, I mean, now you guys have your Friday lives and things like that, but Friday would probably have worked out better. But it's
Yeah.
like your life is ever changing. So just as soon as you concrete a
Yeah.
day,
Mhm.
Something
now you need to
happens.
find a new day.
Right.
Right?
The
Yeah.
problem with the Fridays is like there's hockey games and like every event that you'd want to
Yeah.
do is on Friday night. It's
Yeah.
like, you know what? I
Which
wish I
Friday
didn't do
still
my
wouldn't
live.
work with us because Noah's band will be
Yeah.
on Friday nights. So
Mhm. That's tricky, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's hard,
tricky.
it's hard to find something. So
Yeah.
now it's
Yeah.
just, we'll be on either Thursdays or Saturday morning.
right. Right.
Saturday mornings, I can be there.
You can't. I know the problem with Saturday mornings is it seems like Dustin's on a lot of Saturday mornings, and
Oh,
he's just gonna
yeah.
have to. It's just one of them things. Sorry, Dustin.
Yeah.
You know,
We love Dustin.
having
He knows.
Yes.
too many shows in the
Yeah.
community at the same time is kind of a good
Mhm.
problem to have.
That's understandable. Yeah, because we spoke on behalf of this as well, and it's just one of those things. Nobody can get hurt feelings because there's so many channels we don't even know of
Yes.
in this community
Yes.
that have the same time slot. Like even like right now as we're speaking,
Yes.
there is a channel out there we don't even know exists, and
Right.
they could
And
be
it's-
doing the same time slot. And it's one of those things. It's like nobody could be offended, nobody could take it
Yeah.
personal or get hurt feelings about.
Or
Right,
they
It's
shouldn't.
just we're
spiteful. Like,
Yeah, no,
we're
oh,
just doing what works best for our schedule
yeah.
is really the thing, and it's just really it is what it is. It just gets to that point.
And you know what? Thank goodness that it records too, because if someone says, "Oh, I'm torn between
Mhm.
watching Dustin and then you guys,"
It's
like,
okay.
Yeah.
guess what?
Yeah.
You can watch us after Dustin. You know, what I mean?
Replay.
It stays on there.
Replay is
Yeah.
powerful.
Yeah.
It doesn't have
Exactly.
to be
It's all right.
live.
It's
Mhm.
okay. It's all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Emily
Life goes
says
on.
it's okay.
And we are all good.
You know what? If you want to go to the gym, I can start that pork butt. I'm just saying. Or you know what? Get on your walking pad. I'll do the pork butt. You go ahead. I don't want you to feel like you don't have a chance to get on your walking pad.
No, it's okay, Emily. I give you the excuse. James needs the moral support, so be there for him and be there for the pork butt.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. We love
All
you
right.
guys.
We
Have a
love
great
you.
Love you guys
Yes, thank
too.
you so much, everybody, for coming
Bye.
because we know how Friday nights can be crazy. So we appreciate you all as always.
We
All right.
appreciate
Yes.
you,
See you guys.
both of you.
Thank you.
Right.
We appreciate you both right back.
Love you guys.
Love you too. Everybody have a good
Love you
night.
guys right back.
See you
Enjoy
later.
the weekend, everybody. Blessed weekend for all.
Yes.